and Johnny Parham in the 7 and the 91 respectively are your other two admins for the evening. After a big break week, we're back here at Chicago for the 4th week of the season. Hope you all enjoyed the break, because I know I sure did. There's nothing like a good break week. We could learn from that, I'm sure. If you've been here long enough and doing laps, you know Chicago, the right car's going to keep itself alive. You got to watch out for that exit off of entering turn 3, where it comes out and bites you. There's likely going to be green flag stops if y'all keep it clean. So if you haven't practiced a green flag pit stop, now would be a great time to do so. Not a whole lot else to say. You guys kind of get the gist of it. We ran some
okay, Johnny,
so
5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left.
It's probably going to be wide fucking open for the first couple laps before you have to start backing out of it. And if you'll notice in the garage, in the setup tab, there are notes to the setup that do say that you should back out of Signal Center and get back in it. And you shouldn't have to use brakes until way late in the tire run. I don't know where the end of the tire run is. It's going to be different for everybody. But the fuel, I'm guessing probably around 60 laps at the far end. Simulator's doing all the yellow tonight. You got 3 sets of tires plus 1 to start on for a grand total of 4. Fuel should be set to 100%. If you start wrecking, make sure you lock those brakes down real good, please. Keep it out of the way. If you don't get a yellow, I'm sorry. That's just the way the simulator's been lately. And I've been telling everybody this for the entire season so far. Just a reminder, lap traffic doesn't have to respond to your lane change request.
That lap was at 33.0.
Do not have to provide a point by as long as they're maintaining a constant, predictable race pace. It's the responsibility of your lead lap traffic to plan and execute that path cleanly. I don't know if anyone notices this or knows this. We do have reviews. You can ask for a review. No one's really asked for one. It was very important in the case of Mike 2 weeks ago at Daytona, where he got a black flag for cutting the course, when in fact he did come back across and in our eyes made it best to uncut the course when he flew through the International Horseshoe. Shit happens like that. We will look at it, and if we think that the simulator is wrong, which we think it is,
clear outside, car high,
we will reverse that.
Clear the tire, clear outside.
Not a lot else to say. Happy to see you all. Car count's been great this year. Thursday night is this track, both the Indy cars, and if you ever watched an Indy car race in Chicago, you know it's pretty good with pack racing. You know, the great thing about iRacing
What's
is
your speed? Box in 520 meters.
Let's have a good one tonight. I'm going to say it one more time, just because I'm not sure if you need you need to be reading the VARC announcements page in the Discord before the races, because that's where all the pre-race notes are. It's part of the deal,
meters.
It's part of the shtick.
50
by
meters.
Joining VARC, I assume you read those and are abiding by the rules and being a good person in general, and I appreciate that out of everybody. Please join IGP. We have 7 spots open. We're only 4 races into the season. It is probably more competitive than any of the actual racing that we do in iRacing. It's insanely competitive and insanely fun.
Take care.
And you should join it, and we will literally help you get up to speed quickly. It's not hard. It's basically right before the race, and it's very fun. I don't have a whole hell of a lot else to say. It's Tuesday night. I'll pass over to Kyle and Johnny.
Who is Andre the Giant?
When's the last time you saw a baby pigeon? I guarantee you haven't seen
That's
one.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
Johnny Palm, go. I got nothing. IndyCar back here on Thursday. Johnny, go.
I don't got much other than kind of revisiting what Bert said about the lap traffic. Don't make the leaders try to guess where you're going to be, and leaders don't be a douche. And also, if we get a green run pit stop, make sure you call it out. Spend some amount of time in advance, and yeah, have fun.
I will open it up real quick for questions. Brian Fletcher, do you have anything for me? Yeah, actually, I do. Thanks.
That's where you want me to ask?
Bro, we don't have that much time.
Hey, I got a question for Kyle.
Where exactly do you stick the feather and call it macaroni? So, if you notice, there's actually a hole in the macaroni, and you
Your
know,
last
you
lap
can make
time was
jokes
at
about this
31.0.
depending on how big the member is, but you stick the feather
New
in
fastest lap
that
for
hole
Norton,
of
30.9.
the macaroni.
Hey, Kyle. I have a question. Yeah. Kyle.
Blackstock, then Kyle, please.
Kyle, was the IndyCar race day or no? I don't remember. My question is, where's the gooch?
Checkered flags out,
That
P2.
space between your asshole and your balls.
You mean Winnie the Gooch from the backyard football and baseball games?
That's the end of the session, P2.
I think I've heard of man great.
IndyCar at night on Thursday. I'm going to give anyone about 5 more seconds here before we start qualifying. Time starts now.
Cast iron.
Alright, here we go.
Pit exit's clear, push. Okay, Johnny, we've got 2
Try
laps.
not to get
Let's
caught in
get this
traffic.
done.
I like to control my own race, but we'll see what happens.
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 96 Fahrenheit. P11. Fastest lap for Curtis, 31.1.
Fucked it up.
New fastest lap for Moore, 31.0. Fastest lap for Riggs, 31.0. That's the end of the session. 7th position.
Alright, everybody. Congrats, Derek, on a blistering pole. 134 laps tonight. God damn it, Kyle.
Hello,
I don't
hello,
have
hello.
much
Yeah,
else
I don't
to
know
say.
where I lost it.
Keep it clean.
Goodbye.
Watch out because it gets loose there after a few laps, exit 4, exit 2. And EOL for the 81. I can do that.
I wish it was at 100% fuel. It's kind of what a two-stop race, no matter what.
Something like that.
It's 2-stop at 85%, so yeah.
65, you're already blinking.
I mean,
We
you're
have
going to want
fours.
tires more than once, so.
Split it 50-50.
We have 4 sets total, so yeah, that's another
Well,
thing.
that solves that.
Don't you hate it when
I don't like giving out ULs if you qualify. Why qualify?
I'm assuming it's people like me that qualified more than they thought they would.
Yeah, that's your fault. I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
no,
you gotta-
not-
Like I'll never not qualify for a race because I don't want to end up like my teammates in All-American always, where they don't qualify. Well, DJ, you saw what happened in Atlanta. I mean, I don't want to be stuck in situations like
What are you
that. I'll always
talking-
qualify.
I was back there.
That's what I
Yeah,
mean.
that's
like,
what he
you
means.
saw what happened.
You see what happens when you get caught in the back of the field.
Yeah, you're just
You had to dodge a
stressed.
wreck on like lap
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, I'm stressed.
You want the
Race.
wrecks to be behind you, not in front of you.
Outside column.
Yeah, that was.
I don't know. They were in front of me too. Bakuski fucking died in front of me.
Who am I starting behind? McConnville? Oh my god.
Who longer is boss?
Oh look, another Dodge fan. 30. Trent Curtis.
He's the fake one.
Hey, Casey gets mad when they run that scheme without the right numbers.
Without the right what?
No, I never said that.
Oh, he doesn't have Dodge.
Our next driver has to wear number 91.
But he's not. He's wearing 27. I put that out there so if they wanted to switch the number, they could.
You signed the fourth driver?
Yeah, Ron White.
Oh. Tater salad?
Yeah. I was hoping to get McGronigle, but
Steven, what happened to Spam? They let you go?
Me too. I don't know where he's going.
well, he's gonna stick with Kyle, whatever Kyle does. So
You wanted to channel his inner
I don't have room for both of them. And Ron contacted me, so I respected that.
Okay, Johnny, get ready. Green, green, green.
He's got balls going in the apron.
Outside.
It's loose down
Clear
there.
outside.
Oh, I'm 3 wide already.
I can't really say I'm surprised.
Gotta love it when the guy in the Keystone White car goes 3 wide in turn 1.
Yeah,
That's always reassuring.
Yeah, the Keystone Light card's blinking too.
P8.
Dude, they're fucking racing like jackasses up
The
here
leader's
already.
just done a 31.1. The guy in front has just done a 31.3. The guy behind has just done a 31.5.
7 in this race.
Oh, we got guys washing up
Car
already.
high. Hold your line.
E7.
Still there. Clear, clear high.
Need to stop hitting the apron in 3.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying like to be disciplined, but I keep hitting it.
Ooh, I just got loose mid corner. That would have been bad.
Outside. Hold your line.
E6.
Still there. Clear to the wall. Outside. Hold your line. Clear outside. Car outside. Still there.
E5.
Hold your line. Clear high.
Yeah, I'm on the move now.
Yeah, I'm in this boss mess back here now.
That lap time was 31.7.
Car low. Inside. He's still there. Clear to
Trying
the
to
bottom.
say, but I'm having to change lanes so much. It's not really possible.
Dashboard's not working. Sick.
I'm literally stuck behind 2x2. And this guy's trying to go outside like he's gonna go anywhere.
I got 3 and 4 down now, big time.
Yeah, the admin
Last
runs
lap
that
was
one. It's not
31.6.
really. I mean, they're getting the big run still, but they passed me. Now I've caught back up to them.
Yeah, we're fancy lying after me. He's on
No.
the 9. So,
Second place. Fucking singing.
And I just realized for some reason my TeamSpeak mute's the same button as the radio mute. That's
Is there a reason why he's sending me 3 wide?
yeah.
Bland? You guys-
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% every lap, that's why.
You've just done a 31.7. Okay, Johnny, that's good consistency. Keep it up.
Thank you, 47.
he's already lapping people.
Yeah, the guy who said his skill,
Oh,
the alcohol ratio. Oh, he Larry'd. Was that Larry? I don't know. Went on the apron and then just went straight onto the track.
No, that's more of a Tyler Evans. Oh, now I'm between the admins.
Oh, and the
Dude.
50.
I'm about to get kicked out of this league.
Chill. Dude, let him drive 100%, 110%. They're gonna fuck up eventually.
Yeah, he just almost doored me down the fucking front straightaway.
Yeah, I'm way behind where I should be, but oh well.
Yeah,
This is just practice for
I'm
All
literally
American.
stuck.
Yeah, I see you've got like 3 cars in front of you. You're the white car, right?
Yeah, I'm stuck between
Yeah, I
the
see you up there. Well, you can look at it as being stuck, or you can look at it as you get the chance to save without losing ground. Ooh, I like the clouds. Keep those around.
Car outside. Still there.
P3, your lap time was at 31.9.
Clear to the outside.
Fucking 30's being annoying because he's running the top and he refuses to back out of it.
He fell back that far already?
I can't get around these guys on the bottom.
They're not going to until they start falling off really bad.
Because they just get such a run off the corner that they just pass me back by.
It's lap 15.
Goddamn border Canadians up here.
He keeps driving off the wall, he's gonna wreck himself. The reason why you can't pass him is because you're having to pinch off the wall. Because none of these assholes stay at the wall, they cut down the tracks.
1.5. That lap was at 32.2.
Oh, it looks like somebody's in the wall. Is that the 30?
No, he's just gonna get the run down the backstretch again. Everything I make up.
Yeah, he's diamonding it really, really bad. St. Darlington.
The problem is I come off the bottom, I have to keep it low because he comes.
Then you
right
wash
off.
out. Yeah, that's exactly. It's kind of like Michigan.
P3.
The bottom would be faster if the car wasn't there on the outside. Yeah, I'm faster than now I'm the one that's stuck. Look back here behind you.
I mean, I know he's a couple laps away from really starting to struggle. But he pins me down on entry in 1 and 2, and I cannot get through it. I need a little bit of hurt.
Oh, somebody's in the wall. Oh, they're wrecking behind us. Yellow.
Be careful, we've got a full course caution.
Sorry.
Pace car is out.
Of course.
Line up single file.
Wait, I was behind
Car
Blackstock?
2009. Pace car is out. Pits
I
You
really
qualified
missed some
behind him.
qualifying.
Yeah. You were right. You started right behind him. Like he was the row in front of you, the car in front of you. Now what?
Well, he held it pretty well for 20 laps, better than practice.
It's too early for tires.
Is it though?
I'm not
You should have passed me, buddy.
I mean, we
Yeah,
dropped.
I'm not gonna drive through this whole field again. So I'm
Full
doing
course
what
yellow.
everybody else is
It's
gonna
alright.
do.
Come on, Justin.
Bland has blinked 20 times since the start of this race.
Yeah, he's taking people 3 wide too.
I know. I don't get it.
See the one in the natty white car?
Yep.
Oh, split decision. That's gonna be trouble.
Yeah, Riggs going with me, of course. I mean, it's faster, absolutely, but you know, if we get a caution again in 20 laps, you know, it's not like you can go to the end on here on at least I don't think on one more stop. You're just throwing a set of tires out the window.
Well, now they're gonna have to restarting like 30th too. You got to factor in the big field.
Coming around the outside.
There's what, 20 people stayed up?
If there was
Approximately that. Yeah.
User joined your
Hey,
channel.
Jacker, did you like my little cut in the grass move there?
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, yeah, hey,
Well, I wasn't thinking about strategy, and I was like, yeah, we're all gonna pit here, and then no one did. So.
yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people pitted. It's just Derek and a few behind the top 5.
There's a lot of people behind us. You see 'em?
Yeah, but it's a lot of the mid-pack people that were at least like people who are actively running mid-pack. There's not a lot of people in top 10. Seem like.
That's my brand. I'm hoping those guys wreck them.
We're working.
Yeah, that's the other thing. See, that's the other thing. Yeah, not only you have to get through the field, you have to avoid the inevitable crash. Like, someone who tries to force the issue with fresh tires causes. But.
Well, I'm gonna have a 1X on my name for no reason.
Did you go through the grass?
Yes.
Because I looked up, I'm like, he cut down. He's got to. I slowed up so you could get to the line first, but.
I did a fucking Dukes of Hazzard there.
To my house.
Oh my god. You have to go look at that back.
I was tripping. I wasn't thinking about strategy, and then I was like, oh wait, other people are thinking about it. Aren't. So.
Oh man.
All right. Good luck.
Yep. You too.
User left your channel.
Yeah. No, that's really funny though because Long was gonna pit, Riggs was gonna pit, and then I stayed out, and everybody else, and then they stayed out.
They panicked and stayed out.
Yeah, they reacted to what I was doing and then stayed out.
I'm a big fan of Denny's.
Like Long has better tires than me right now, not by much, but a little bit. And I'm hoping that they cooled off. Like if my tires cool off here a little bit, I'll be in good shape to go again. But
My house is better.
I just think it's too early to burn a set of tires. You might want to leave.
yeah, I mean we
Yeah,
were
but
down.
this race has been kind of clean from what I've seen, so it's like.
Succulent wiener.
Yeah, but I think the strategy still plays out the same. You know. It was about 20 laps in. You're gonna go, 40 laps. Maybe they'll have 20 lap fresher tire or 40 lap fresher tires than we do, but you know, we'll make up a lot of time again when they get to their 40, and we'll be on our, we'll be 23.
Yeah, if a caution comes out in 25 laps, they're gonna have to it again probably. Because they're gonna be pushing hard.
Why?
Yeah, a lot of the strong.
You want to know why?
A couple of the tire saver. Well, Long is a strong tire saver, and he figured to stay out too. So
Why
Julian
is Chandler
stays tires.
asking for me to penalize you?
So top 18 stayed out.
Got the whipped cream on the top two straws.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to be back in 20th right now. Because a lot of guys are running the top, so you're gonna have to really run the bottom well.
I fucking hate you.
Wait, they're running. What are they running? The top?
Oh, a lot of people are running the middle top, yeah.
IDO, look out for that wheel spin here.
Shouldn't be any wheel spin in second.
Yeah, I'm not restarting.
Wait, you guys restarting second? I'm in 4th.
I'm in
That's a
R
spare-
for race.
They didn't spin. The car wouldn't go. The fuck?
I got that automatic.
We're going green, Chandler. Be quiet.
Is Will Spin a cousin of Will Power?
Hey, shut the fuck up, Mike. This is a news analyst.
Green, let's go. P2.
Car inside. Still there. Still there. Still there.
Oh, what the fuck, dude?
Clear low. Car low. Hold your line. Keep it steady.
I don't know how I didn't wreck anybody, but
Hold your line. Hold your line.
You've just done a 34.0.
Clear inside. Inside. Hold your line. Clear inside.
Stuck on the fucking wall.
The track temperature is falling. It's now 89 Fahrenheit.
Johnny, is that working?
Oh, use your eyes, pal. Does it look like it's working? I don't know what to tell you. Doesn't feel like it's working. Well, you either gotta commit or you can't. You don't.
P2.
I think the bottom's faster when you can literally drive it on the corner. Dude, Derek's already up the 8th.
Yeah, I would hope that they'd be making progress. I mean, they should be about 2 seconds a lap faster.
They're on my ass.
Inside. Clear to the bottom. Car low. Keep it steady. Still there. Still there. Clear inside.
And we're 4 wide per second.
Outside.
Dude, I don't know what he wants me to do.
Still there.
I'm not cutting John anywhere slack.
Hold your line. Clear high. Car high. Clear outside. Car low. Hold your line. Clear to the bottom. Car high.
Bro, fucking force the fucking
Clear,
issue, you
clear
fucker.
high.
P5.
Car low. Clear low.
Let the record show I never touched the wall. If that's not in your recap, Dylan, I'm not talking to you.
The gap to Norton ahead
I'll
is
do the
increasing.
best I
It's
can.
now 0.8.
I wish I did these guys long tires, the 02 71.
You've just done a 32.5.
Who's right now?
Dude,
How it feels.
dude, your buddy John Longbeard's about to get fucking sick.
Oh, wrecking on the front straight.
Was a 32.5.
No yellow for some reason, even though he's. There we go.
And that's why we waited to take the tight tires.
Get those air guns ready.
Yeah, it's at 4. Like this is a little bit early for me too, but my right front's gone, so I have to do something.
We're under caution.
Dude, I'm literally stuck behind
Cars out.
Cassius.
Line up single file behind car number 4.
Yeah, they
Come on,
race
Blackstock, go, go,
These guys
go.
race really
Catch
early.
up.
Yeah, but he's like cutting me off, like driving like from top to bottom. Like he stopped in 3 to make
Oh,
it
we're
to
so
the bottom.
close, never mind.
I almost ran him over, and I'm sure he would have cried on the radio.
Nah, I don't think Long would
Where
have.
you at, brother?
At the same time, I don't think Long Long is a nice
like
guy
going
typically,
down
so
pit
I
road or
don't.
something.
I don't think he probably doesn't realize he's doing it.
He accidentally shut his car off. Full course yellow. Pits are open.
Are you sweating that hard for fuel?
That's up.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, but hey, don't you have a button box though?
Yeah, but what is that?
Oh my god, Dave, I think I shit myself.
Like you gotta reach for it, right?
For what?
The button box to cut the car off.
Look out for the pit speed limit. Pit lane speed limit
Oh no, you
is
just hit S or whatever.
kilometers per hour. Box in 460 meters.
I forgot where I qualified. I think 9th.
Meters. 50 meters.
Yeah, my right front was down to 69. I wore the shit out of him. Oh great, slow stop. See, now we're gonna restart 11th. Everybody else that pitted is gonna be 11th and back instead of 18th.
I apologize.
I think this was the strategy play.
Dirty driving Chris Berg.
I'll beat like 3 people out of the pits. That's good.
Pits are open.
4, 5, 6, 7,
Especially
8,
considering I
9,
couldn't even see my box
8,
on entry.
8, 9, 10. Oh, I'm 10th. Oh, this is even better. I'll be on the outside.
I didn't want to, but Chandler was in the wall, and I was afraid Brody was going to pack my ass if I got on the brakes real hard. And I couldn't have hit him barely more than just like a scrape. But it was enough.
I'll pack your ass.
How you doing, John Long?
Yeah, how you doing, Berg?
I'll be fine to come back here.
So these guys are second and a half off, right?
Something like that. They should be now, yeah. And I mean, they got 16 laps since they pitted, so you know, 12 laps on their tires ish. Green flag.
And they went hard.
Yeah, but now you know we have to go. You know, we'll probably be going 40 laps, 50 laps on until we pit again. At that point, it's like we should be gone, realistically. The only thing that I think that could fuck this up is if we have a few cautions in a row now. Because I think the cycle is going to fuck everything up. Could fuck everything up.
Full course yellow. Pits are open.
I need to stop drinking water. Oh my god, I'm gonna be pissing through my eyeballs again.
Isn't that called crying?
No, not when the bladder is backed up that far.
Some people gotta work tomorrow. This shit needs to start speeding up a
Get
little.
ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
Are we doing 134 laps here too, AC?
Yeah.
Okay.
Less fuel. Less fuel.
Yeah, it'll be faster.
Less fuel, more strategy.
100% feels stupid.
If you're not doing 100% length races, yeah.
Yeah, like you just go way too far on fuel. I mean,
And it's not like fuel was like a hard set thing in NASCAR. I mean, they change the fuel almost like every season. As far as like the tank size.
actually, I think
Held by track.
I'm even in favor of us taking 10 more % off, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know if I could tolerate the even tighter cars at the start.
Yeah, I mean, these things aren't loose to begin with, so.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know, we drive different, okay?
I'm wrecking loose, guys. I'm dropping back to 9th.
Green flag. We're racing.
inside.
E9.
Still there. Hold your line. Still there. Car low. 3 wide, 2 low. Keep it steady. Still there.
Oh, they're wrecking behind us.
Inside.
Or single car spin, either one.
Hold your line.
6th place. That lap was at
Joe, you going pit
33.3.
lane?
He's still there.
No.
Hold your line. 3 wide, you're the top. Still
You got a
there.
penalty for that, but let us know. We'll clear it.
Inside. Still there. Hold your line. Keep it steady.
You've just done a 31.4.
Hold your line. Hold your line.
Bro, fuck,
Hold
man.
your line.
30's hard to pass.
Alright, Johnny, the next car is
Clear
I know.
low.
Started behind him.
Car outside.
E7. That lap time was 31.5.
Still there. Clear outside.
Fuck,
Car
fuck,
high.
fuck, man. Dude, what is going on?
Still there. Keep it steady. Hold your line. Hold your line. Still there. Hold your line. Keep it steady. Still there.
Ah, crap, sorry, Kyle.
Still there.
Brother.
Still there. He's still there. 3 wide, you're the bottom.
Dude!
Car outside. 3 wide, you're
About
the
to stop getting
inside.
people race. I can't do this anymore.
Still there.
6th place.
He's still there. Clear high. Car inside. Keep it steady. Still there. Clear inside.
P5. Lap times are pretty consistent.
Oh, Christ.
I'm sorry if I screwed you up there, Brian. You disappeared.
That could have been bad. Whew.
No, that was not you. That was me. Everything disappeared, and all of a sudden I was in the wall.
Your lap time was 31.6. Riggs is now in the lead.
Outside. Hold your line. Keep it steady.
P4.
Clear to the wall.
I feel like you get stuck behind someone, it's like
You've
miserable.
just done a 31.7.
Sorry, man.
He slowed down mid-corner.
Outside. Clear to the top. Car outside. Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold your line. Still there. Hold your line.
Oof.
Still there.
He really stacked him up back there.
Still there.
P3.
Hold your line.
Spin on the front, spin on the front.
Got a
One
full
up
close
high.
caution.
Big
Watch
pile
out.
up in the middle of the track.
So this sucks.
Julian, I apologize.
You know, I mean, I'm sure a lot of this is the people who stayed out or fighting for the death.
Bingo. That's exactly what it
Pace
is.
car is out. Pits are closed. Pace car is out. Line up single file behind car number 65.
I think we have to pit to get back on the same strategy, right? I mean,
It's
it's
been
a one stop. It's a one stop from here, maybe all the way. Yeah, one stop.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna pit, are they? I mean, it's. It's 83 laps to go, 84 laps to go from here.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay out because I don't want to leave myself with one set.
Yeah, it's exactly what I'm concerned
Pits are
about.
open.
I mean, 83 laps to use 2 sets of tires, or you know, use one more set on top of what you had in the cars. You're asking for trouble.
I think we were just starting to really put them in trouble too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Chandler, is it telling you to
I would
back?
lean and then stay out.
No, I was trying to get you to see if I had damage on the right side.
Yeah, can you call that up? Because you stuck me there for a second.
Fucking these
No,
guys are
there's
just
no
fucking
damage.
assholes, I swear.
Who?
Everybody's just, it's just, no one makes their own mind up. They're looking at what everybody else is doing instead of trying to, like, figure it out themselves. No, I mean, like, strategy, pit road. Like, I went to fake, and then 65 went on, and then he's like, oh, the 90 staying out, so I'm gonna stay out too.
Please.
Yeah, I mean, well, the 14
Well, I mean,
and then
that's
65
how it
is
is in
still in
real
trouble.
life. You do a lot of what's in front of you, or the opposite in some cases.
No, I mean, I can see why Johnny's
Stop,
annoyed.
please don't do that again.
When you feel like you're the best, it's like,
Maybe
I
just
feel
follow
like,
me.
maybe call it out.
yeah, I mean, for whatever, like, I don't even feel like I'm the best, but for whatever reason, they're just like, I feel like Riggs coming down here and telling me, you know, or him mentioning before, is it working up there? It's like, you know,
Yeah, no,
mind
that's
your
my
own
bad.
business.
Just gave
I'm
you a
not
hard
gonna,
time.
I'm not gonna tell you everything. I'm not gonna tell you what I think.
Yeah, I didn't want to get one over either, so they're chirping.
I got a passing under.
I'm so tired of Dunkin' Donuts and Mountain Dew. Jesus Christ.
Oh, you know what's funny about that? They're teammates, so that explains everything.
I felt like I've seen these same cars the whole race.
Ford Performance Racing.
What the hell was that, DJ?
I hit the clutches of the brake.
You fucking 01 at the bail.
Will be reviewed after race.
Sorry about that, everyone. Yeah, the car was stalling.
We're under caution. It's
You
closed.
sweating that hard for fuel?
No, I don't use my brake pedals, my clutch pedals. The clutches are
Chris, I had 2 black flags. I don't know how.
So I just hit the wrong pedal. I'm stretched out right now, like I'm not supposed to be there.
What were they for?
I do like that advanced
One
auto
was
paint
for
though.
entering closed pits, and the other was passing under yellow. I deserved the closed pits one, but not the passing one.
You can't clear that way. If he clears that means it's gonna clear both, right?
If I get it EOL,
Yes.
it should be square.
So I'll clear you.
A closed pits is a
Prob-
EOL, right?
Yeah, I think so. And yeah, I think it stacks.
Yeah, he
the
cleared me,
stacking
but he
is the
didn't
problem.
They should allow you to clear each penalty.
I don't know how you'd manage that.
Well, when you're in race control, you can do it.
You can give a specific command. You can give a specific black flag.
Make it a left quick, right quick thing. Give / clear each penalty.
I guess.
Left quick to give, right quick to clear.
Okay, Johnny, get ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
Oh, DJ.
What's funny is all the bad tires are on the outside.
Yeah, the front 2 rows on the outside are old tires.
Well, watch out for the double zero behind us. He was enthusiastic. I'll put it that way.
Was he interchanneling his Buckshot Jones? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, going 3 wide into turn 1, like 10 laps into a run, yeah.
Oh, 65 does that, so be careful of him.
All right.
He's on.
And he blinks.
Yeah, he's got a 12 lap older tires.
He's got that Silvers kind of vibe.
Yeah, you're scared when he's around you. Absolutely. Johnny, can you call when he goes? I can't see.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Or never mind, just
Is that a non-sponsored car leading?
It's a throwback to something. He posted
Oh.
about it, but I don't know what it's throwback to. I don't remember. But it's a Splash and Go graphic scheme, so.
Get ready.
Oh, were they in here?
No. I just see the logo for Splash and Go.
Oh.
I painted it. Going.
Green flag.
Clear outside.
to the shitty start.
The guy in front is Bland.
Outside.
P3.
Still there.
Bro, what is he doing?
Clear high. Car high. Still there. Still there. Clear outside.
P2, you've just done a 33.4.
Dude, you can't enter.
They
in
are
the
side. They are side by side, 30 lap old tires.
It's the same two guys the whole race.
That lap was a 31.4.
Zero 01 scaring me, man. He's
Something about that number.
yeah.
He doesn't stay on the wall when he comes off of it. He turns back to the middle of the track.
14's on old tires, right?
Yeah, that's why I ran the wall to get around him.
Yeah.
Hold your line. Clear high. Car high. Still there.
Fuck, that's right.
Damn, he is racing me really
Clear,
hard.
clear to the
Hard.
outside.
Your lap time was at 31.8.
Car inside.
Jesus.
Hold your line. Clear to the bottom. Car low.
They want to give it up,
Keep it
dude.
steady. Clear low. Inside. Still there.
P2.
Hold your line. Keep it steady. Still there.
Luckily for you, you didn't have to burn your shit
Still
up
there.
fighting with the same assholes the whole fucking race.
Yeah, excuses,
Still
excuses.
there.
Alright, go. You know what? Go around me. Go have fun with the Dunkin' Donuts car. Go have at it.
Alright.
Hold your
Have fun
line.
saving fuel.
I'll gladly sit here and watch you get frustrated riding behind him because he cuts you
If
off.
I can even catch them, they're starting to gap us. Oh, see, I washed up.
No? Come on. Come on.
Justin, you are flashing like crazy, buddy.
I think you really just went me by so you can follow my line.
I don't think I'll follow your line, but yeah.
He's learning.
I'm not learning. I just don't play racing with these same two assholes.
Lap time was at 31.9.
Bro, they're about to wreck for second. That's gonna be hilarious.
Wrecking for second.
Yeah, Riggs and Taylor, I think. Have
Did Mike Bacombo pit again? I think he did.
He didn't. He go through the grass. No, he's the 8. Yeah, he pitted because he dropped way back. I think.
Here he goes.
3 wide for second. About to be 4 wide.
8's here. Watch out.
Yeah, I'll let him go through and wreck ball through him. Oh, it's so tempting. Nate's driving pissed off too. I think he got fucked up there on the restart.
The gap to Riggs behind is now 0.7.
The 30 pit again too?
Probably, I don't know.
Yep. 12 laps.
He's coming up pretty hard too. Oh, I'm taking your line away from you. Imagine that.
Mike, I'm tight. All good.
Oh, the 30 went 3-1.
Fuck these guys. I'm just gonna let them go. They're gonna wreck me otherwise.
That was at 32.2.
Or not.
I just done all my clearances, block stock.
We went for the same gap at the same time. It did not work out.
If it needs to be reviewed post-race, we'll review it post-race.
That lap time was 32.2.
Thanks, Officer Johnny Law.
No, that's Johnny Eckert.
Yeah. Yeah, don't shake my line.
There can only be one Officer Johnny.
Yeah, hell no. Freaking Department of Corrections.
You're leading.
Shit.
Hey, I'm sorry, I thought you were going to go below the apron.
That was at 32.4.
What are you doing?
Huh? Yeah. Have fun.
Like,
yeah.
what was
yeah.
that?
What was that?
What kind of line is that? Like, that wasn't even a block. You just like shifted lanes on the interstate.
That's what they've been doing the whole race.
Yeah, DJ's been mad
Hey,
about
where's
that.
the damn blinker?
Blinkers is the 65.
No, I meant the turn signal.
Dude, I'm so frustrated right now.
7 laps of fuel left.
I mean, I guess we can accept that as an answer too, but
We can go to the end on fuel in about
30 just touched the wall.
7 laps, 8 laps, something like
But the window opens is 80.
that. 76 on my end, at least.
Yeah, but do you really want to be on 75-volt tires? No.
You think these clowns are going green?
Exactly.
What'd you call me?
Black stock, you're go. Okay.
One thing I've learned in this race is that I absolutely hate 100% fuel.
Yeah, there's no strategy.
No, I don't know how to save tires.
It used to be better.
Blackstock, please try to get a handle on that internet.
Car inside. Still there. Hold your
Keep
line.
trying it, bud. You're just cooking your right front.
Hold your line. Hold your line.
I was gonna try the over-under.
Hold your line. Clear
No.
inside.
Of course.
No, he stayed high that time.
32.7.
Inside. Hold your line. Still
Trying
there.
to wash him up, but I don't feel comfortable doing it without putting him in the wall.
Inside.
Dude, I've given this guy like 4
What
chances
the
of going.
He's still there.
Just fucking go, man. You have fresher tires. What am I
Still
supposed
I'm
to
not
do?
saying shit to him. He came down on me.
Still there.
That was a good save, though.
There.
Really? That lap
Yep,
time was
there it is.
Clear to the bottom.
What? You were trying to pass me on the outside of old tires. I mean, I'm not. If it's something that needs to be reviewed post-race, we'll review it post-race.
What the fuck is there to review?
There's nothing that needs to be reviewed, it's just stupidity, that's all.
Yeah, it's never his fault. Just learn that now.
I mean, I was gonna tell you good save, but you know.
I'm not letting Dylan die. I'm so sorry, Dylan.
Which Steven was that?
Taylor.
He's not the good one, is he?
Just don't.
He's fast. He just constantly gets in
There's
shit.
one that's faster than me, and there's one that's slower than me.
Yeah, I think Stephen Moore is the faster one.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He's usually pretty pacey.
That was 32.8.
I mean, DJ had the best angle of that.
I was in transition, to be honest with you.
I mean, he's on old tires.
I'm staring at Dunkin' Donuts again.
And I mentioned by him, and then he tries to swing out and pass me on the outside and gets mad that I didn't, spin myself to avoid him? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Of course not. Of course not. That's how they
I was gonna tell him nice save, and then he got on the radio and started crying. Then called my stupidity. I held my line.
Like I said,
I didn't shift over to the HOV lane mid corner like he did a few laps before.
About your internet, getting internet points when he's punching in and out.
Who's he teammates with? Any of you guys know?
John Long. Dunkin' Donuts and Mountain Dew.
Oh, that's great.
Those two were
pretty
in a
consistent.
pod. Those two, one goes one way, goes somewhere, the other one follows.
And I guess Dunkin' Donuts is about to go about 10 spots back then a few laps.
Potentially. I mean, he's usually pretty much better than Taylor saving tires, at least since the new model.
I'm more talking about how he half spun himself.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he tried to pass me on the outside and then couldn't. Just whatever. Started to get distracted. I mean, had I washed up, it would have been different, but.
Good luck passing that guy in front of you.
It's not going to be much of a choice. Our right front's kind of wearing out, though. It's the only thing.
Quick question here, Casey. You got a Casey Mears paint scheme, but you got a Casey
Your lap
paint
time
number
was
on it.
32.7.
Why?
Because I like to party.
I mean, he's got a Johnny Benson
Yeah,
Casey paint
okay,
scheme.
I'll look at that.
I mean, we shouldn't talk about paint numbers over there in the 30 Evernham car. I don't remember that one.
Bro, what is this? All right. What is this? This changing, running the top and then cutting all the way to the bottom mid corner. What is this?
Should have been Jeff Green then.
Who the fuck taught these people how to drive?
Was 30 not Aaron Crocker's number?
The 30 died when he first came over to NASCAR.
Yo, stop talking and fucking drive like a normal human.
I'm about to get dumped. Watch this.
Car outside. Outside is clear. Car outside.
Aaron Crocker was 98.
Still there.
Or not.
Still there. Hold your line.
Taylor knows better.
No, it's John Long.
Clear outside. Outside. Keep it steady. Clear high. Car high.
Technically, this is a Jamie McMurray paint, not a Casey Mears paint, but I'm not going to correct him.
Steady. Hold your line.
Really gonna figure out how to
Alright, Johnny, there's a car exit in the pits. Heads up.
Yeah, I can tell.
Still there.
So you need to fuck up my race in order to tell us this.
Clear to the top. Clear outside.
You're literally bringing Riggs back in this motherfucking race because you suck. Is that my fault?
65 is coming with first tires.
I burned my shit up, man.
Me
Sucks.
too, bro. Me too, bro.
Arguing about paints with some other guy, and I think he just saw me catching and decided to distract me. Oh, Jesus Christ. I hate myself and want to die.
Did you do that?
Carlo.
I fucking looked over to the left at the natty white cars he was going by and fucking drifted into the wall. Now I just lost like 40 laps of fucking passing people. God fuck me, dude.
There. Clear to the bottom.
Stupid ass curved wall.
That's why they don't race at this shit bucket anymore.
Yeah, I realized a lot about that recently. Like the last 10 laps, it just all kind of occurred to me.
This is a shit bucket?
Yeah.
Well, now I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably got damage.
Car high.
Because my car will not turn.
Hold your line.
92's pitting.
Derek's pitting.
That last lap was at 32.9.
Still there.
Good consistency. Keep
Yeah, I'm
coming.
gonna pit
Clear
too.
outside.
Yeah, if I were you, I wouldn't put more fuel than you absolutely need. It makes a huge difference.
There's a car exit in the pits. Heads up.
When did the O2 stay out again, or did he pit again?
35 laps, so he pitted. He pitted with the 8.
Okay, because he just passed me, like, and I'm like, I'm not struggling that bad. I'm hanging with the back of Dylan.
Oh my god, I have 3 minutes of optionals. Fuck me.
Okay, Johnny. There's a car exit in the pits. Heads up.
I'm extended this run all the way.
Your last lap
What?
time was at 32.
I said I'm going all the way. on this run.
Yeah, same.
Can we get a caution for the love of God?
I won Homestead like this, so if we go green the rest of the way, somehow, strategy is...
Can you tell me how much fuel I'm going to need?
Yeah, I'll let you know in a couple laps. I'm keeping an eye on it. I can't really do the math in my head.
No.
I just got the right front tire wear out warning. 14.72 to the end, and I have 3.8, so...
I have 3.6.
3.6, sorry, I can't read.
You're leading.
He's really struggling now.
You say to 90 because the right front's gone. I got nothing left there.
This all went downhill when I started bitching constantly.
Outside. Hold your line.
Like, Dylan caught me pretty fast, and he hasn't driven away from me, so I'm
Keep it
thinking...
steady. Still there. Still there. Clear high.
I got 10 more, like 10 more
Car
laps or
outside.
so.
Clear to the top.
P2.
I don't know if my right front's gonna make
That's
it.
a new fastest lap for Taylor, 31.0.
I don't think I have my spotter on.
Outside.
Or will it default tell you?
Keep it steady.
Right front, where? Default should
Clear
tell you.
outside.
I cannot pass this guy for the love of my life.
Fire 67 getting in. $75, sitting this time. 75, 75.
Setting. Uh, 30 heading.
Car outside.
Okay, Johnny, you've got about 4 laps of fuel left.
Hold your
Now I'm
line.
pretty much going to need a perfectly timed caution.
That's good consistency. Keep it up.
Still there. Still there. Hold your line. Still there. Clear high.
You've got about 4 laps of fuel left. P2. The lap time was at 33.2.
Inside. Hold your line.
All right.
Clear low.
Sorry, 97. I thought you were backing way out there. Sorry, Derek, I didn't see you coming.
Yeah, alright.
You've got about 3 laps of fuel left.
Car high.
Got rid
Clear
of
high.
2 gallons.
I'm putting 13. And my right front just pretty much went flat.
Car low. Clear to the bottom.
Only 2 laps of fuel left.
Pitting, pitting.
Good, Casey.
Oh, well,
Is the car rejoining in
pitting,
front?
pitting.
Or not.
You're now
That's
ready.
a
This is
really
the last
late
lap
call.
of fuel.
91.
What?
91.
Come on, Mike. I'm on pit this lap.
in this lap. Box
Oh,
this
one.
lap.
Quitting.
Car inside. Clear inside.
I'm praying for a yellow.
The gap behind's increased to 2.6
I was
seconds.
block.
Watch
This
your
fucking
speed.
blows.
Box in for 160 meters. You've only got enough fuel for this lap. 100 meters, 50 meters. Hit this lap.
I
in
fucking
this lap.
destroyed the wall. Yeah, only 12 seconds somehow.
Yeah, meanwhile, I
One setting out.
rode up against it for half a straightaway and have 3 minutes of repairs.
Yeah, I hooked it on the front
What was
stretch.
your right front?
34.
Mine was worse than yours.
Car high. Clear outside.
Fourteenth.
Car outside. Clear the top. Clear outside.
Okay, Johnny, we're in the lucky dog position right now.
Car low. Clear inside.
13th place. The gap to Riggs ahead is increasing. It's now 0.8.
What happened to the 01? You must have got speed in pit road or something.
Car outside. Clear outside.
P12. That's your best lap in this session.
Yeah, I just ran a
The gap
fast
to
lap of the
Anderson
race.
behind is now 0.9.
Must be nice.
Oh no, sorry, I ran my fastest lap of the race, not the fastest lap of the race.
Only chance I had now of even finishing the top 10 is a
Outside.
caution.
Outside is clear.
Is he going to the wall?
P11.
No, he's not.
I'm 20th right now. 19th.
Outside. Still there. Clear it high.
$30 to go this time.
I think I'm a lot.
P10. You've just done a 31.3.
Yeah, I am. I'm past the second place right now.
The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 85 Fahrenheit.
Come on, caution guys. NBC, go to commercial.
You've just done a 31.4.
No, that would look suspicious.
Okay, Johnny. Lap times are
Did
pretty
I hear a
consistent.
suspicion of guilt? I'll admit I've done it before.
Car high. Clear outside.
That was a 31.5.
But almost a fucking wreck right there.
Car outside. Hold your line. Clear to the wall.
Sorry.
So Glover behind is
Yeah,
now
I wanted to get
0.2.
this in here.
P9. That lap was at 31.7.
Where do you want me to go?
It's not going to make a difference. I'll stay high.
Car high. Hold your line.
P8. That lap was at
Clear, clear high.
You've just done a 31.6. Okay, Johnny.
Outside. Clear outside.
Oh my god, Long's blocking the race. So does it look like.
P7.
I'm not surprised.
Car high. Hold your line. Clear, clear to the outside. Car outside.
Well, damn.
Still there. Car low.
P5. That was at 31.9.
Still there.
Gotta try.
Keep it steady.
We were rooting for you.
Hold your line. Clear
I
low.
wasn't.
Yeah, can we not get that favoritism from the admins, please?
Hey, you do what
Car
everyone
low.
else does. You finish where you're running originally. You got to think out of the box.
Keep it
this time.
steady. Clear inside.
Yeah, I'm
P3.
reporting rain drops out of 32 right now.
Those are my cheers.
The track is flat.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, those are my cheers.
Heads up. There's a car exit in the pits. That lap was at 32.0.
Car outside. Outside is clear.
This damn thing's always the play. It's always the play.
Don't get long.
Yep.
Outside. Clear, clear high.
Norton.
Car outside. Still there.
I'm the
Clear to
fastest
the
car
wall.
on track right now.
P2.
Oh, I feel great.
Who just pitted? Oh, Large was leading. Okay.
Wait,
That doesn't sound sour puss like that. Jesus.
he couldn't. The strategy didn't pay off, so he quit.
I don't
Lap time was
I don't think so.
32.2.
I think he
Good
probably had a
consistency.
problem up the
Keep
road,
him
if I
coming.
were to guess, but I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, oh well, free position for me. But I'm about to lose like 2 anyway, so.
You're reeling. Norton in. The gap's now 0.6.
I'm gonna go lap down before the race is over. Huh. Oh, because I looked at a fucking natty light car.
You should tweet them. Be like, hey, I crashed out of a race because you want to sponsor our league?
That lap was at 32.4.
Man, I wish I opened up my Sundays apps.
I mean, I was doing so well. Hell, I drove up to like 4th, and then just that shit with the 42 got me distracted and off focus, and then I was just riding around. Lost focus, looked away, going into turn 1, and ruined my race. I'm coming off of 2, wherever the hell it was. Actually, I think it was going into 3, but who cares?
92 and 00. I shouldn't have hit it way longer.
Oh well, at least I earned my line for All-American here.
You get the spreadsheet out, start writing down my notes.
Oh my god. I'm gonna put a budget cap in on for All-American NORCA next season.
Just done at 32.6.
And then again, I guess you could just write it in a notepad if we're gonna have mandatory hard drive inspections before each race.
Yeah.
Make sure there's no strategy written out or.
Clear high.
Yeah, has anybody ever seen the movie Pixels?
What's that?
Have you ever seen the movie Pixels?
No.
Alright, well, the guy in the movie has the cheat codes to Pac-Man in his glasses. It's gonna be like that. It's like I show up with sunglasses on. People ask him, why are you wearing sunglasses? Don't worry about it. It's all the strategies written down. If caution comes out in this range, in this range.
Are you comfortable leading right now?
Am I in a comfortable lead? What?
Yeah, are you comfortable right now?
Not very comfortable.
Well, he's not leading by 19 seconds, so.
That's one of them.
Anyone pitting?
Like realistically, I should be able to beat. Should be able to stay in front of Riggs, but I need to protect the right front a little bit.
Behind is increasing. It's now 0.9.
He's got Norton all over him, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, he just passed Norton.
Norton's on all tires.
Yeah, 12 laps, 13 laps.
The lap time was at 32.5.
Yeah, he could have shortcut it.
I'm gonna be a weapon by the time you get to me, so just be careful. I'll stay high.
I'm to the point on these tires where I can't really go wherever I feel like.
Carlo. Hold your line. Hold your line.
There's 81 on new tires.
Yeah.
Still there.
Fuck.
Clear to the bottom.
That was 32.7.
It's just like my All-American season, running good and then throwing it away.
You learn more from these races though than you do from ones where you're.
Well, what can I learn from this one? Don't hit the wall. That's productive.
Don't look at blue natty light cars.
You put it this way: you're not going to make the same mistake twice.
Well, apparently I did, because I hit the wall twice today. Once I got away with it, the second time I didn't. I mean, it goes back to, once again, just in a long run, losing focus and not being locked in. I was too busy yakking about the 30 and the 42, and Come on by, Nani.
Thanks, Larry.
Saying hi.
Car high. Clear
Appreciate
high.
you.
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus! Woo.
We're good. We're good. We're good.
Scared the hell out of me. I was about to throw you over the wall if you hit the wall.
Your last lap time was at 32.9.
Let's see. You bounced off of it. Why couldn't I?
I didn't bounce off of it. I hooked it on the front stretch right before turn 1, and then it threw me into the safer barrier. And then I bounced back off the wall. That's the only reason why Riggs is like relatively close to me right now, because I was in front of him until I did that. And then he got in front of me, and then I had to use the pit strategy to get in front of him again.
The gap to Riggs behind is now 0.9.
There's like a 2/10 swing between every car that catches, or that we catch, or they catch us.
Yeah, I love lap cars taking leaders 3 wide.
Yeah, Casey. I mean, what?
Fucking black stop, dude.
You were side by side. There's.
Nah, I know. I was just kidding.
8th, 9th, 10th are on our
Oh my god! In the 42 6th. That makes me look like an asshole. Derek just smacked the wall. But once again, like you didn't get stuck on it.
I'm stuck by this fucking 30.
Which, I mean, to be fair, I didn't have to get stuck on it. I just didn't want to pop off and be like 85 on Barkuski at Atlanta, because I would have wrecked the field, and that would have been even worse than 2 minutes of optionals, but whatever. Just feel like I wasted my time tonight.
Okay, Johnny, that's good consistency. Keep it up. Gap to Riggs behind is now 0.8.
Outside.
Dude, I fucking
Still
hate
there.
lap cars. Just give me a fucking break.
Still there.
That last lap was at 32.8.
It goes back to that whole saying at the beginning of the
Outside.
fucking race.
Still there. Clear outside. Car high. Clear high. Car outside. Clear. Clear to the outside.
That's what you get.
Yeah, Kyle, just go ahead, please.
2 to go. Come on, you're the man.
Go get you some, champ.
Trent, brother, speak up.
Oh, here goes Blackstock taking it 3 wide on the backstretch.
Car
No,
high.
man, you're just quiet.
Still there. Clear high.
Come on.
Oh, look. 42 is doing the same thing to Dylan that he's doing to me.
Come on, Johnny. One more lap. Keep it together. We'll win this.
You just keep the mic a second.
Yep, Dylan.
win, Johnny.
You damn fucking right, good win! Woo!
Ah, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Perfect drive, absolutely flawless.
That was fun, Steven. Sorry about the one a little bit.
What a fucking waste of time.
Wow.
Good race, Dylan. I tried.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I am fucking shaking, man.
Sorry, you didn't mean to push you up there.
You boomed me, Fellenbaum. You boomed me.
I had 9 extra laps of fuel. Man, did I miss the fuel calculations.
Alright. Next week, I believe, is Indianapolis week for VARC. That means it's the VARC predecessor to the Indy 300 150 on Tuesday and the VARC Indianapolis 300 on Thursday. Thursday night of this week is going to be IndyCars at Chicagoland for, I think, 100, well, quite a few laps more than this, 2 minutes speed, in case you didn't notice. Thank you all for turning out. Results and stuff and a graphic will be up in a little bit as soon as I get another beer and a cigarette. Y'all have a good one.
I'll tell you what, one thing that annoys me is when other people do burnouts after a race. Just like, doing it somewhere out of the way.
If you're wanting anything reviewed, you got 5 minutes to put in a request.
Oh my god.
That wasn't rain, that was tears.
Okay, so, oh well.
So I apparently like the ARCA car.
For a league, I really don't know if I'm gonna run the race. It's not doing too bad.
For what? What? What did you just say?
What's your speed limit in the pits? Box in 2,390 meters. 100 meters.
Maybe one of these days I'll actually fix my pit box. So it's not fucking neon yellow. Or green, whatever you call it.
50 meters.
Well, I'm popping up. I gotta get up in the morning.
Alright, see ya. Have a good one.
See you for Oscar.
Oh, yeah, I'll get you a truck tomorrow.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Right, you. Oh, just before you leave, you want it? Do you want it to be the same as your similar to your ARCA car, or?
Whatever you want to do.
All right.
You free reign. You got free reign.
All right, got you.
All right, later, guys.
See you.
See ya.
User disconnected from your channel.
Oh my god. So are you still in?
Me? I'm still in.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go take a look.
Lap 71. Going into 3. And remember that he wanted this reviewed on me.
Did he ask for a review? I don't think he did.
Well, he did at the time. I don't know if he did after the race, but watch it from his far chase.
Yeah, see, this isn't. I don't really think that's you. Like, it isn't you because
it isn't me in any way, shape, or form. He turned down on me.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm always worried about, because this is the same thing, in my opinion, as in the tri-oval when it comes to people who drop on the apron versus people who don't. As the inside car, you have absolutely no expectation to run the bottom just because you're the inside car.
I held my line and turned it at the same time, and he came down on me and half spun and saved it, and then called me stupid. And if you want to run it back, watch the 5 laps before that we ran side by side with no issue, and how many times he tried to change lanes on me and get around me, and he couldn't do it.
Listen, I know, you know.
I mean, I ran up under him in every corner for 5 laps and never touched him, and then he turns it on me and blames me. It's just so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he probably expected.
Once he sees the replay, he might feel differently about it. He might have thought I came up on him or whatever, but.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back and look in your lap 69, right? You were pretty much exactly where you were on that when you made contact. Like, you both were pretty much in the same place. You ran the line that, like, I have to, like, if I'm Steven Taylor, I would have to expect you to run. Like, I would expect that you're going to be running at most, because you can't go all the way to the wall if there's someone on the outside. I would expect you to be running up either the bottom lane or the second lane, and then I'm going to try to give you the same, especially on lap 70 or 71.
I gave him the same amount of room I'd been giving him.
Yeah, I mean, even on 69, he came down on you mid corner. Like, I don't really get that why.
Yeah, I think 69 was when I was bitching about. No, hold on, let me find it. Lap 66. Watch lap 67 going into 1. Watch him change lanes on me mid-corner, which, of course, I'm sure in his mind he was just arcing it. That's when I started talking about how he was changing lanes on the interstate.
Yeah. Bro, the 8 did that to me, too, when we were up front. Like, when I got behind the 8 car, when I caught him the second time, like, he drove away with fresh tires, and then I caught him back again, even though he had 12-lap fresh tires. I got to his inside in turn 1, and he just came from, like, the 3rd lane, or maybe it was even 3 and 4, from, like, the 3rd lane and all the way across my nose. I'm like, why? What is this? There's no benefit to doing that. Like, I don't know. You leave the open, and this is where accidents happen. It's when people who aren't competent, as competent as you, for example, who are just going to drive through the back of him and cause a crash because he came down.
Yep.
But Taylor is known for being really, really aggressive, so you know.
Which, I mean, he was doing the same thing that I did to DJ at Charlotte, but the difference is, like, I didn't wreck and then blame him when I chopped down on him. I just knew that was going to happen, and the second time I just let him go. But I mean, it's like, and it's one of those things. Who knows? If he watches the replay, he might be like, "Oh, I thought he came up on me, he didn't." But
yeah, knowing Taylor's history,
it's so rare for people to blame me for a wreck. I get really defensive when they do, when I know I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I don't really.
Because I'm usually apologizing for shit that I didn't do.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you for this at all. I mean, it's just, like I said, you
honestly,
can go back and see
it wasn't even as close as I thought it would be. Like, I thought I might have came up on him, but no. Like, I ran the same line. I even turned down.
Yeah, I mean, on
towards the middle, and he just came down even more.
See, and that's the thing. Lap 70, you did the exact same thing. You even gave him more room on lap 71 than you did on lap 70. And 70, he turned down on you early, and you ran the line that you were going to run on lap 71. So it's like he had a change course when you see it going into turn 3 on 70. It's like he turns in, and then all of a sudden he turns right again.
Well, yeah, like on 71, it's like he was trying to avoid the wall, and I was there. Like, it just he went in, maybe he went in too deep. I don't get. He did something different and fucked up, and blamed me for it. But and I was gonna tell him good save because he kept it pointed straight, but then he decided to mouth off. So I just and then with that I got so distracted, and then fucking with that, and then the 30 just chit chatting, and that's so common for me to do that on a long run, just to lose focus. And
yeah,
on those big mile and a half, when you're so close to the wall and corner entry, it just all it takes is 2 feet, being off by 2 feet. And
are you still on the server?
No.
Okay. All right. Do you know what lap you hit the wall yourself?
You could probably look at my lap times. Just it was like lap 1 or 80, 81, somewhere in there. You should see a drop off.
Oh yeah, there it is.
And it was literally just that Natty White car was on fresh tires, and as he was going by, I looked over
Yep.
and missed my turn in and got straight in the wall and got stuck on, which I could have pulled off, but I would have wrecked like 3 people behind me. So it's like,
Ooh, yeah. Okay, I know where you did the damage now. All right. Yeah, you were fine until you got this. See, this is why I don't like the safer barrier makeup here at places like this. It's like you hit that safer barrier, and it threw your car off the wall, and that's what did all the damage.
Yep.
Like you were fine if you were glued to it, but then
yeah, I had screwed up camber because my tire wear was all wonky on the right front.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of surprised that the thing didn't fall off.
Yeah, I mean, I had decent pace before that. I mean, I drove up to like 4th, and I got my line working. The track rubbered up a lot. I was surprised. Like from practice to the race.
I almost didn't even notice it, like, too much. I don't know, maybe that was why I was wearing the tires. It felt like I was wearing my tires more.
I didn't feel it a whole bunch. I just I could see like the rubber down on the track.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what lap I hit fucking yeeted the wall myself.
Well, I thought you hit it when you passed me, but it could have been like a netcode thing, because
I saw you
smack it, but yeah, with like 10 to go.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I saw you smack off of it. Yeah, it might have been warping.
I'm trying to figure out where did I catch you? All right, here, this lap. I caught you fucking quick. Yeah, see, you know what I was doing is because I was wearing my right front a lot, and I realized why I was wearing my right front a lot. It wasn't necessarily 1 and 2; it was 3 and 4, because I was letting off early and then getting on the gas really early, and it was getting me a good run. But in the process, because I was running in the bumpy inside line, it was causing, which is why I almost plowed the wall in front of you. I got on the gas early, thinking, oh, let me just, I got to get on the gas early because I lifted earlier, and it went straight to the wall.
Yeah, that's an issue I was having a lot at I can't remember what track it was, but I think Charlotte, where it's like I was lifting early to save, but I was getting in the throttle like before the apex, and I was washing up really bad. It took me a while to figure that out.
Yeah, I figured it. See, I figured out what I should have been doing, like when I passed the last lap car that I caught. I think it was probably like 2 to go or the last lap or something like that. I caught the guy in turn 3, and I just rolled in a lot. I went in a little bit harder, but rolled a lot longer. And then right when I got over a certain bump, I gave it gas, and it stayed to the bottom just like you would do it at Atlanta. That was a big mistake on my end, but something to learn for next time, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I figured out my line pretty quick, I'll say. I mean, it's not that different from, to me, it's more like Las Vegas and Kansas, where in Kansas you can run the wall, and I guess where the track's kind of worn out here, it's more like Las Vegas in that sense. And I've never raced at Kentucky, so I don't know how to compare it there, but
yeah, I don't know much about Kentucky.
It was kind of like, what I noticed for me, it was kind of like Atlanta, where a lot of the guys in front of me were running kind of like the middle, whereas I was trying to hug the bottom as much as I could, and that just really helped me on exit once the tires wore off, because as I was coming off of 2, I had a lot more room to wash up, whereas they were having to back out of it and kill off speed to avoid the wall.
Oh my god, dude, you would be so pissed right now if you saw how high I hit the wall and how you hit the wall and how much damage you got versus how much damage I got.
Yeah. Well, my issue, though, was I kept it on the wall to avoid pulling down in front of people. Because I had like a whole pack behind me. I don't know if you did or not, but
well, I mean, I hit the wall right before. I didn't have time to get it off the wall before the safer barrier came, but I think I must have turned the wheel. I must have turned my front wheel off the wall just. Yeah, it looks like I did just enough that when the safer barrier came, I just scraped it with the right front.
User disconnected from your channel.
Oop. Oh, he accidentally quit.
User joined your channel.
I tried to minimize it and clicked the wrong button.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. No worries. But yeah.
Yeah, it was just you got off like right as the that's what happened to me the first time. I hit the wall and I caught 20 and was able to get away with it like you did with no damage. And then the second time it was just once again just a mental mistake of losing focus, and I had kind of like a Darlington moment where I just lost focus slightly on corner entry and missed my mark and ruined my race.
Yeah, I've done that. I used to do that all the time. Like, it's unbelievable how many times that I used to be like I'd be running fast, running well, running up front, or I'd be leading the race, and then all of a sudden I just come off like turn 4 and just plow the
Wash up
wall.
into the wall, yeah, because you
Yeah.
just that 6 inches that you washed up more than when you're fully
Yeah.
focused is what makes the difference. Yeah.
Exactly. That one split second where I just lost concentration and I didn't notice my mistake until it was too late.
Yep.
It's like, and that one that ends your race. I'm like, I've stopped doing that, but like Kansas, for example, was exactly a perfect representation of me, like not being totally over it. It was kind of like a wake up call to some degree because I hit it once and then I got so in my mind about not hitting it that all of a sudden instead of focusing on my driving, I started focusing on not hitting the wall. And what did I do? I hit it some more, and I just kept hitting it until all of a sudden the car was destroyed.
Yeah, that's why I like tracks at Kansas and Darlington because you have to stay focused every time you go into the corner. It's of course I ended up hitting the wall once or twice at Kansas, but tracks like this one are sneaky. Like it's not I hit the wall a lot going into like turn 2 and turn 1 or turn 3 and turn 1 at 1.5 miles just because I try to get as close to the wall as possible.
Right.
And just yeah. And then if I don't have my steering offset right, I might, if you got it really offset to the right, it, almost feels like there's a dead zone at some points, and that'll get me.
Yeah. No, I know exactly.
I think a lot of my issue, though, it's like we were talking about earlier, though, I try to arc way too much at the bigger tracks.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed it going into turn 3 when you were in practice. Like, you worked it out by the time you got, like, you were running 3 and 4 well. That's when that whole Taylor accident happened, or incident happened. It's like you were running a great line at that point, but in practice, like, you were all the way up the wall and trying to arc it down. Like, it might be good, might work, but it's not going to be effective in the race because someone else is going to take that spot, and then you're going to be, let out to dry. So.
I mean, the track has good racing because you don't have enough room in either lane. Like, you're slower going on the high side, but if you run the bottom, with the car on the outside, you don't have that room to wash up to the wall, so you've got to pinch off the exit. And so it can lead to decent racing, but it's frustrating as hell when you're so much faster than somebody but can't get around them.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw that with the 42. I mean, I was faster than him for like 5 laps and just trying to work my way by him.
Oh yeah,
and I finally had, and then he got that one final run and came down on me. But
it was extremely frustrating when I caught the 8 situation again. I want to go look back why he quit, but he he had fresher tires by quite a few laps, and I was like, all right, fine. I tried to let him go as best I could, and then finally I just said, I really slowed up a lot to let him go. He went ahead and he drove away, and then I slowly caught him back, and then at that point he went into ultra defensive mode, and I'm like, I understand why you're going into ultra defensive mode, but like, that you've done the damage, why are you trying to make it worse to yourself type situation? Like, you're not going to save anything out of this race if you keep doing that. That's the one thing that I've never understood with some of these guys that go in like oh, we get to a certain position and then immediately turn on the brakes just to try to hold on to what they got. It's like, it's not going to work that way because you can't, it's almost, Kansas is probably like the only example where you can hold a position and be slow and no one else can do anything effective at all against you. Because Kansas is so single groove. But yeah, no, this place was frustrating because like you could drive it in too. You could drive it into turn 1, and you make good ground, but the people run the high side, let off on the outside, and then just zoom off on exit. Passing people is impossible.
Yeah. And it's one of those things you could try to pass them on the outside, but you're gonna cook your right front in doing so.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of balance. Like, do I want to sacrifice some tire to get around this guy, or do I want to try to optimize and get by him without having to burn the right front?
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. Yeah, he alt F4. He came out of turn 2, the 8 car, came out of turn 2 and alt F4.
That's interesting.
That is real interesting. But yeah, no, I started the run too. That last run, I started running the wall for a few laps, and just trying to heat my right rear tire up a little bit more, and thinking that might help me on the long run. I only needed to go like 30 laps, something like that, but I felt like it helped for a short time, but then all of a sudden that right front overcame everything again.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't realize the pavement there is as worn out as it is. I figured it was gonna be pretty fresh. I didn't think it'd wear the right front as bad.
I mean, this is also a perfect example of why I'm enjoying the 85% fuel or the less fuel in All American, because like these cars are fun to drive and whatnot, but like I feel like it's not as racy when, you know, because you have to be so protective of the right front tire at all times. It's like the balance is still fucked.
You're saying because of the less weight, or because you have to do longer runs and more fuel?
I feel like well, yes, both, a little bit of both, but I feel like the weight in the car, the extra weight in the car, just is for some reason worse than having less weight in the car, you know, over a certain period. Because my right front wear over 34 laps at the end of the race was 66%. That's really not that bad considering what I came to pit road for before that. I did 63 laps and I was at 32%. Yeah. I mean, it's and I was driving harder on that last run, so it's kind of.
You would think more fuel would make it easier in the right front because you got more weight in the left side. That's what I don't get.
Yeah, you would think it would be, well, generally be looser then too, because you have that extra weight. It's, you know, you typically.
That's what I mean. You've got extra weight on the left rear.
Yeah, overall, it's just like it would put more weight in the rear of the car, and then put more, you know, you stick it in the ground.
Yeah,
the rear
makes
end
it back.
more in the ground,
Yeah. But
it
I don't
pushes
know, maybe it's
more.
a physics issue or something.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know, maybe because it's pushing the rear end down, that the front end is now, you know, it's making it tighter. I don't know. I don't really.
It makes it plow because it's got less. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. It screws up the balance. So you've got less nose weight, so it's gonna.
Yeah, and that's what I don't like about these fixed setups too. It's just like, you know, they have notes in here. It tells you, yeah, lift and coast the entry, let it roll center, pick up throttle when it has rotated. Brakes are likely not necessary until late in the run. Like, it's great, but
yeah. But you also got to remember those setups are built with D-class drivers in mind that are coming straight from the street stocks. Like, they're not really built for 200-mile races.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
That's what I'm always telling people. Yeah, it's like those are built. That's why they don't run the optimal gear for the mile and a half. You could have run a 350 gear here, and you would have been on the chip going into one for the first 10 laps or so. But you're going to be overall faster over the entire fuel run. But it's going to make the car looser, and it's going to make the car more touchy on the throttle.
Oh my god!
So they detune them a bit, and
you were explaining everything that I want in a setup. I didn't even think about the gearing making that big of a change though too. That's something.
Oh yeah, that's why we're doing the 350 gear for All American next season, because I would bitch and complain so much about the fixed setups after doing open setup races. And the one thing after doing all those that I noticed that made the biggest difference, like when I'm building a setup, is just going to the 350 gear like Charlotte. Because when you know how you try to run the high line to get it on the right rear, so kind of the back end will step out.
Right. So
you
put more pressure on that.
Having the 350 gear, it's got so much more oomph to it when you get on the throttle. The back end wants to step out more and help you corner. Like, it doesn't bog down and have to kind of get back up into the revs coming off the corner. Oh. And you can run side by side better because the guy that has to let off more doesn't lose as much momentum. It's just so much better.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, if it makes it more racy, that's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, it's virtually no difference in terms of the functional handling. I mean, you know, it's going to have the same characteristics except mid-corner, especially later in the run. It's going to be. It's a cool screenshot. I don't appreciate one of the guys in it, but.
yeah, the other guy is the one who.
Hey, look at he's pinching Dylan down right there.
Yeah, I know. That's what he was complaining about earlier with a couple laps to go. He was running him so hard. But like, this was at the end of the race between those two. But it was like it was like what, halfway through the race?
Yeah, it was like lap 71. Yeah, so like right at halfway.
Yeah, it was 71.
Yep.
It was just a little past halfway, something like that, or there.
And somebody had already. Oh, that's right. DJ was already complaining about him anyway. So it's just the way they drive, I guess.
Yeah, I mean they don't necessarily like Long is usually a little bit more aware. The 26, the Dunkin' Donuts car, he's usually a little bit more aware. Taylor is known for just being aggressive like 100% every lap, which it's good and bad because then you get into this situation. He also has a history of he's had run-ins with people in the past, and he's been more at fault at an incident than someone else, in my opinion.
Well, he's just
and
racing
he's
him.
never apologized, so it's
Racing him tonight. He almost he's got like one of those AI vibes where it's almost like he's not aware of the cars around him. He just races his line, and it's their job to keep the car off of him.
Yeah, no,
It's like me. I'm super reactive to cars around me. I mean, if I see somebody gaining on me, especially at a 1.5 miles like this, I'm just gonna pull up and let them by because I don't want to risk getting turned or whatever. I'll just drive defensively. Where so many people like him and some of the guys in All American, they run their line like they're ghosts, and if you're there, they're either gonna hit you or you're gonna get out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, I also feel like I picked up speed, and I got generally faster because I started to become more aware of what was going on around me. So it was like, if there was an incident, or if I was 3 wide, or I forced something, or I was a little bit more aware of what I was doing compared to other cars, and trying to position myself, a straightaway away, or a couple 100 yards away, to figure out where I was going to be versus them, and to see if I was going to have the advantage or if they were going to have the advantage. Because if they have the advantage at that point, why should I force the issue? I'm just going to let out, and then regroup and try it again. It's just there's more. It's not about these races aren't about being in the fastest to get it done. It's effectively being the smartest to get it done, because someone you can try to be fast early, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna be fast late, and those incidents also affect things like tire wear and fuel mileage, and that makes more of a difference than getting to the end of a race than actually saving your tires throughout a race, or strategy.
Oh, and another thing too is like that was one of my issues in All American, is I focus so much on the short run pace. It's like, because to me it was like you start from your qualifying pace and then you work your way down as the tires wear off. But it's like, look at all the guys that out qualified me tonight that I passed during green flag runs, just because in a 1 lap shootout they might have been able to turn a better lap, but as far as optimizing it over 20, 30, 40 laps, they just couldn't do it. They would run too hard and cook it up, or they would do what I did when I first started racing and run too soft and never had the pace to begin with. It's like there's a balance there you have to strike. It's not simply just get fast and then slow down. You gotta
absolutely.
You've got to know how to run fast, how to run kind of fast, how to save 6 laps of fuel in 40 laps, or whatever the fuck you did at Atlanta. There's different modes you have to be in.
Yeah, and I mean, there's certain things like another big help to me over the years has been, like, I have a dashboard that tells me my fuel mileage, like my fuel per lap, my fuel mileage number. So how many gallons I'm burning per lap, and it updates my fuel mileage per lap. Updates. It tells me when how much fuel I need to get to the end from whatever lap it is. So if it's if we're not to that last window, the last window didn't open yet, it tells me, all right, lap 76. And it tells me, all right, you need full tank. But if I get past lap 76, it'll tell me, all right, you got 20 laps to go. You need, 8 gallons or 9 gallons, whatever it might be. And then I also have it set up so it tells me how many laps left of fuel I have. Those 3 numbers, or those 4 numbers, are, I can monitor what I'm doing fuel mileage wise, where the iRacing numbers that they give you in car are way more inaccurate, which is frustrating when you're trying to save fuel and you're trying to be in a when there's a chance to make it. Like, you need to be able to, like, I feel like that data is a little bit more important than, or a little bit better, I would say, than having this fluctuating number that doesn't really seem to be based off anything. I don't even know how they do the fuel numbers in the black box, because I don't know if it's like the average fuel usage the last 2 laps or what. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to the way it's done.
Yeah, it's you usually have to do like a full fuel run for it to be accurate. So like, really endurance races are the only times where it's really accurate, because you get multiple fuel runs over and over and over. Because it's like sometimes Nick and I will be doing an All-American race, and he's got one of the apps doing it. You know, I can't remember which app he uses for his fuel, but his will be like 7 laps off of what mine is. And it's like, you know, at that point, does it really make a difference? Like, you might as well just be guessing if it's going to be that far off.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
and with oval tracks too, you don't burn as much fuel per lap, so it's harder for me to just be like, okay, I'm burning 3/10 a lap, you know, blah blah blah. Like on road, I can do the math in my head, but
yeah, because you generally burn.
Oval, it's like a 1/10 and a half a lap or something. You know, it's like.
Yeah, at the end of the race, I was burning 0.279 gallons per lap. Like that's like when it came to the Atlanta race, at the start of the run, I knew that I was using 0.32 gallons per lap, and by the end of the run, I was burning about 0.25 gallons per lap. So after that last pit stop, in order to save 5 laps of fuel, I dropped my usage down to under 3 to start the run. So it was like 3.938, 2.928, and then as the run went on, I slowly dropped it. Like my lap time stayed relatively close. It made a general decline because I wasn't pushing the issue too much. But as I got into the run, I slowly dropped it a little bit more, and then found where I needed to be good to go, and then continued to save anyway to make sure that I had enough in the event that the number was wrong or whatever else. But I knew that I would be able to turn it on if I absolutely needed to again. That type of situation. So it's like it's when you get to those like the second or third decimal point, it's really important, because as you said, on an oval, it's not like you're burning 1.23 gallons where you could all of a sudden be burning 1.0 gallons at a road course. All of a sudden, you need to be saving 0.02 gallons per lap because over 10 laps or 20 laps, it's 2 gallons, 4 gallons, whatever it might be. It's a big deal, big difference. Well, not that.
Yeah, it's a lot more complicated than you would think. It's not just show up and turn laps. I mean, there's a lot, to the longer races. That's what DJ would hamper on me so hard because I would pretty much the only practice I would do would be official races, and he's like, "Man, you got to do longer races," and I didn't get it until I started doing some of these other week races and started really paying attention to what we're talking about. It's like you got to get the repetition, not just at the track, not just in the car, but at the strategy. Like you were talking about how taking less fuel, running along and taking less fuel is always the way to go. You're not going to learn that until you do enough races of long enough length for you to see that and kind of the trial and error.
Yeah,
you're not going to learn that in a race that's only one fuel run.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, I won 2 races on that strategy alone now. I won Homestead and I won Chicagoland now because I strictly, I positioned myself and I knew what I needed to do. You have to be very careful in those situations too. But like at Homestead, for example, the car was so awfully loose. Like you ran the bottom, and coming off the corner, the car was getting really, really loose. And it was that extra weight in the back of the car that, in that case, for whatever reason, made it so much looser. But that because it was so loose at the beginning of the run, the looseness never really got out. So you had to be careful and you had to manage it. But on that last pit stop, I took less fuel than everybody else, and I went zooming by everybody because I wasn't loose anymore. I was driving in and driving out of the corner like nothing. I won by like 9 seconds or 7 seconds or something like that. It was like it wasn't even close. I pitted later. I took less fuel. I drove away, and I wasn't the fastest. Derek was the fastest at Homestead. He had his own issues, but he wasn't going to be a threat to how fast I was catching him anyway. But again tonight it was just similar situation. But I was worried about the tire wear because as you get on and you have a longer run, I think it was a little bit longer this time than it was at Homestead. Those extra laps make a big difference on the right front. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But
well, and like DJ's saying, when you win all these races, it's not always that you're just walking away from people and just the overall best driver. A lot of times you're winning, even when you're down on pace, you're winning by strategy calls or consistency or situations like that. It's not like you won by like what you said 9 seconds today. It's not like you were 9 seconds ahead of the field on pace. That was because you made the better calls and you kept the car together and you ran better over the period of those 40, 50 laps or whatever we did to the end.
Yeah, I mean, Riggs finished behind me. Finished 0.625 seconds behind me tonight. He was up my ass the whole last run, but I started the run behind him. I caught him with traffic and stuff like that, but then I drove away a bit, and then it turned into monitoring my gap, because I didn't need to keep driving it so hard. I just needed to figure out, all right, what is the absolute limit that I needed to drive in order to keep this gap, because I don't want to pull a second or more and burn my tires up, because I don't know what it's going to feel like in 20 laps from now. So, when I got in front of him, it was like, all right, I got to manage that gap and try to figure out what I got to do, the bare minimum to hold this gap, because especially when I caught lap cars, I needed to turn it on again in order to try to pull that gap out, or manage whatever it turned into. Like, a couple lap cars I caught, 9/10 of a second turned into half a second. And at that point, it's like, all right, are the lap cars going to get in his way, or what is the situation? Monitor that maybe, and then react again. It's just, it's not just like, and that's what I don't think a lot of people understand about it, is like, it's not just, in my situation, it's not about me just showing up and being fast and winning. And it's just because I'm fast that I'm winning these races. There's, I've positioned myself in some races, and other like Nashville, I positioned myself. I got ahead of Zach on the fuel mileage situation. I took less fuel. I got out of the pits faster than him, and then I got him to burn his shit up. So then there was no competition at that point, because Heller couldn't catch me, because I was just fast enough to stay far enough in front of him that he couldn't catch me. And it was like, it makes, all these little things make a difference. But for me, it's also, a lot of it also comes from doing this forever. So. But a lot of this stuff you see on every weekend in NASCAR. These guys, the strategies and stuff, it makes a huge difference to the way the car feels. And sure that they can adjust tire pressures, wedge, whatever, but they're going to put in the bare minimum that they absolutely need to make it to the finish line, and then make an adjustment to the car to adjust to that, be it most likely tire pressure, and then say, here you go do it. But everybody's doing it at that point, so it's not straightforward. But
yeah, there's a lot to it. I mean, it's like I said, it's not just running hot laps for 2 hours. I mean, that's what I try to tell Nick. It's like, you can't go in there and just run a race to the bottom like an official race where you're just going wide open and just giving it, using up every bit that you've got every lap. You've got to be thinking strategy. That's where I really struggled at the end of the season. And you've also got to be, saving. You got to be thinking like, yeah, this guy's faster than me right now. He might be going by, but 15 laps from now, if we get a caution, his tires are going to be cooked and mine are going to be decent. It's you got to save in that sense. You got to try to save fuel like you're always doing. I mean, there's 4 or 5 different aspects to it. People think just because it's fixed racing, it's who can turn the fastest laps.
No, and
But I
when
mean,
you got
if that was the case, we would do 30 lap races. It's
oh, absolutely, and you see it in races like this, and you saw it at races like Atlanta, where those things become more prevalent, and that's why you have results that end the way that they do, because these things, all of a sudden, it's like someone's not, no one's really thinking about potentially making it
there's
to
a
the end
second
on
level
fuel.
to it. It's not just what
Yeah.
you're doing on track.
Yeah, exactly. It's I have a strategy when it comes to practice. If I'm in a practice session alone, separately, I'm going to see what I can do over a long run and get an idea of what's going to happen. When I'm in an hour practice session right before the race, all right, I'm going to spend the majority of practice hot lapping, because I can find out what my absolute limit is. How hard can I drive into the corner? How hard can I drive out of the corner? Where is the line when it comes to qualifying? When it comes to the race? If it's a short run at the end of a race, where is my absolute limit on being fast?
Find the walls.
Find the walls.
Metaphorically, not physical. I guess physically, if you want to reset, but
I crash a lot in practice for that reason. But you figure out where your limit is. But that also teaches you, at least for me, it teaches me where my limit is when it comes to tire wear and stuff like that too. Because I have boosted my tire sounds and stuff, so I can hear it a little bit more, and you know when you're wearing your tires a little bit more. But that's why I don't necessarily. But at the end of this practice, I did a 10-lap run on the outside, and then I did a 10-lap run on the inside to figure out what exactly the situation was going to be. Sure, the outside burned a little bit more, but the outside burned the right rear tire more, which means that it's going to be a little bit looser, and it's going to adjust the balance back again. So if I were able to manage it, I do 2 laps at the beginning of a run, and then do 4 laps on the bottom, and then another 2 laps on the outside, that it'll generally balance the right front, right rear wear, so that I'm managing my tires a little bit better than just running the bottom and coasting in and stuff like that. Those little things that you learn in practice makes it it's an approach to practice that is more than just, all right, I'm gonna go do 50 laps, see what it is, and then all right, am I, how do I change this? It's like figure out where the limits are, figure out where there is and isn't, like what I should and shouldn't be doing, and see what comes of it. And that's the thing, like with Davis, for example, he messaged me and he wants to talk about, he's been doing. I saw he's done 3,000 oval races and has like a handful of official wins and league race wins for the same reason, same thing. And he's like, I really want to get better. And I'm like, dude, he asked me to help him. I'm going to help him this week to try to help figure out, what he's missing, what parts of this whole saga or this whole, jig he's missing to help boost them up, because there's a lot of people that if you figure all that stuff out, the learning curve, or if you figure it out early, the learning curve falls down a lot, because you're not doing bad things, you're not it's not bad habits and
getting
stuff.
into bad habits. Because if you do anything for long enough, even if you're doing it wrong, you're going to be convinced that that's how you do it. It's like when DJ got on me at Charlotte about arcing too much, like that was just the way I approached speedway corners. Like him telling me that was wrong, I'm thinking like, no, I've done this for however many times. I mean, I've turned hundreds of laps at Charlotte in a stock car. Like I know how to get around here. But then ever since then, I made a concerted effort to take turns, especially 3 and 4, because usually these tracks they don't, the front straight isn't straight and you can take a better angle in. But I've definitely entered turn 3 a lot shallower at a lot of tracks since then, and it's helped me. I mean, Atlanta, if I had shown up and just done like 20 laps of practice before Atlanta, I wouldn't have been anywhere near you guys at the end of the race. It's one of those things, you got to be modular and you got to.
Yeah, I mean, you got to react. I mean,
and you got to realize that you're not going to plateau. Like even if you've gotten in terms of hot lapping, you can, you feel like you've gotten as fast as you can get. You can always get better in the long run, whether it's consistency or pacing or knowing, like you talk about, pushing some laps, pushing, and letting it cool down others, or getting better at strategy, getting better at pitting in and out. It's not simply just who can turn the fastest laps. There's a lot more aspects to it that a lot of people just don't think about. I didn't think about a lot until I started league racing.
Yeah, the last lap of the race, I was 2 tenths faster than the guy who finished second. I was just over a tenth faster than the guy who finished fourth. It's just these little things make huge difference in the long run of the race. And there was something that you just said that I was gonna point out, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but like like it's not just like you said. There's always something to learn. Yeah, that's what it was. It was about learning. I used to be the meta in iRacing before I call it a meta. I don't know what else to call it, but it used to be a lot more focused on just driving as hard as you wanted. Like you got to drive the car fast, and that's it. Like you
tires were rocks, kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
harder to compound, less reactive.
There was no such thing as a tire wearing. You didn't hear tires wearing out that often. You only heard it at certain tracks because they were old and worn. And it didn't it happened in Atlanta. It happened in Texas. It didn't really necessarily happen in Darlington, but it's just the way that it was. Then they changed the tire model, and like for me, I've been on iRacing for a very long time. I've done a lot of races, and my number one problem to this day still is tire wear. I can't manage my tires, and I've been getting better at it, but I'm still not like comfortable where I'm at. Like I feel like I could be better than where I am. Like this last run, it was like, oh, that's pretty good, 66%. But it's like I'm thinking to myself, if I realized that I was driving it wrong earlier, if I would have realized that I was driving it wrong earlier, I would have been a lot better over the race, and I would have probably had a bigger win, or I would have been in a better position than I was at the end. I was sweating bullets till the last lap because you don't know what's going to happen. If caution comes out, whatever, but I could be in a way better situation. And as you said, there's always something to learn, because every track, it's not like you can drive two tracks the same. There are little quirks and stuff like this. Like this place, running the bottom used to be the way that you did it, especially in 3 and 4. But as I've learned as the race went on, it seemed like the people who ran that lane off the bottom, off of those bumps, it made even bigger difference than it did back then. Like back then when I used to run Chicagoland a lot more consistently. You ran the bottom, you dealt with the bumps because you had more. I guess because you had more power. We running different cars too makes a difference. But the tires didn't like you had to run the bottom. You couldn't run that half lane off the bottom. Now you pretty much almost have to get away from those bumps and to get a better corner exit. But it's it's little things. There's always something to learn, and you have to be open to it. And that's what a lot of people aren't. And that's something that we like. I've been trying to tell that to you. For you've obviously seen it because DJ has been harping with you. But some of the other people, we race with, is the same situation. It's like you gotta listen to what not every car drives the same, but there's always something to learn, especially if someone's faster than you. If they catch you and run you down, and you were running well, or you were pretty happy with your pace, and then all of a sudden someone who wasn't near you all of a sudden catches and runs you down, well, maybe they're doing something a little bit different than you are, and maybe you can take what they're doing differently and use it to your advantage, and then all of a sudden you're running even better. You're faster. You meld it into how you're driving. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's like I said. I mean it's just it's something that's not obvious to you unless you really got to think about. It's like MMA or something. It's not just who can punch the hardest. There's so many different aspects of league racing, especially. And I guess if you do NIS and stuff like that, it applies to just longer races in general. There's just a lot more. I think so many people just hop on. So many people just hop on and think that it's a hot lapping competition, like you said.
Yeah, and especially when you do those longer races, it makes a big difference. You have to be ready to. You have to be willing to learn and willing to figure out what you're doing wrong. I mean, I've said it a number of times, and I'll continue to say it no matter who asks me. What is the number one thing? What is my number one thing about why am I fast? And I've always felt like when I all of a sudden became a little bit more aware of my surroundings and about what's going on around me and cars around me and where they were and generally who I'm racing around. When I started to realize that stuff a little bit more, I started to realize that all right, this guy's coming with some speed, and all right, he caught me. Maybe I'll let him go, and then I'll go see what he's doing different. Is he lifting off sooner? Is he lifting off later? Is he arcing the corner more? Whatever it might be, and that being dynamic like that is a huge game changer to someone who's just stubborn on running the way that they think is the right way to race, because it's not. There's you can run a race 1,000 different ways. Everybody in this race today could have probably ran it differently, but when it came down to it, someone had to, some people reacted differently. I mean, Dylan went 25th to 6th. He probably wasn't the fastest, but all of a sudden he may have noticed what someone else was doing during the race or whatever, and all of a sudden picked up a little bit more, and then he was there at the end when it mattered. It's a huge difference. Makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. All right, man. I'm gonna hop off. Good racing with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I enjoy these talks too, just kind of strategizing and going over all of that as much as the racing.
Yeah, I mean it makes a difference, and hopefully you start to figure that stuff out and use
I mean, I feel like
usefully.
I've gotten a lot better just in the last since like Pocono, when Pocono was kind of my breaking point where I couldn't get any faster, so I realized I had to do something else. Like I'm not gonna be able to turn faster laps right now. I've just got to be able to improve on other aspects, whether it's pitting or tire saving or strategy or just and that's really what opened my eyes to where it's not just who can go the fastest, and there's a lot more aspects to it.
I mean, that's exactly it. And just being willing and open to seeing those things and thinking a little bit more about it, because a pit strategy call, it seems like, oh, everybody's going to pit. It used to be that way, I guess. Everybody used to pit. You take full fuel, take 4 tires, and that's it. But the strategy idea turned into, like, for Zach and company, they took 2 right side tires. Well, the right side tires doesn't do you much compared to taking 4 tires. And if you took 4 tires and less fuel, that's it's generally a better outcome than it would be if you took 2 tires. It's just there's not enough gain on it. And thinking those things out make a big difference. I still don't know I can't remember any situation where taking right side tires turned into being a benefit in the last like 2 years. Like anything
I've never seen taking 2 tires work out better. I made that mistake 2 or 3 times, and I'm never doing it again.
Yeah, I mean because once you get wearing
If
those right
if
side
you're if
tires,
you're gonna
everything
take
levels out.
if you're gonna take the penalty at pitting, you might as well take the extra couple seconds and get the 4 tires. Like, especially the way it changes the handling.
Yep. Yep, exactly. And another thing, your pit time is determined a lot more by how you get in the box. So trying to figure out where you need to be in your box makes a difference in your pit time because the crew reacts just a little bit quicker and stuff like that. So you need to be like on your marks every time you get in your pit box. Overshooting is one thing, but if you're too far to the left or you're too far to the right or you're coming in an angle, your pit stop's going to slow down. And it's just it's part of you can notice that now a little bit more. Now like the oval cars have the pit crews that you can see
Yeah.
that you notice when things slow down. Like the one pit stop, I think I said that the left sides got slow. It seemed like it was a slow stop. I don't know what the
Yeah, there's a
exact pit
variance of
stop
like half a
was.
second.
Yeah, but I know that when I look back, I was a little bit farther to the left in the pit box. I probably should have been a little bit more to the right. And
Yeah.
those
Well,
little
it's like,
things.
well, it's like I look back at the intervals. I would have finished second probably at Atlanta had I not missed my pit box because I lost like 6 seconds backing up and then having to pull to the right and finish behind DJ by like I think it was like 5.1 seconds. So like I would have caught him. It's one of those execution things. It has nothing to do with lap times or.
But generally but you're seeing it now. You've made the mistakes,
Yep.
but you're seeing that your performance, your pace is picking up, especially in All American. And there's a light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to running, winning a race or being a little bit more consistent, running up front more. It's like it's there. Like you can do it.
Yeah.
And you can see it. It's just you need to put it together. And when you do put it together, because this was the same thing with DJ. DJ was struggling for a while to win races. And then all of a sudden, he won one race, and then all of a sudden, he started winning a few more, and he started to be a little bit faster generally. So when you do
Yeah.
finally get that one win, it might totally and completely change your outlook, and it might you'll be it's not even something it's like a morale thing. It's not something that you can
Yeah.
notice. It's just all of a sudden everything turns on a little bit better, and the situation changes. Getting into that mindset is hard when you fall out of it. So
Yeah, I mean improving in your overall pace is something you're not really going to be able to do in 1 day or 2 days once you're this deep into racing. When you're new, it's going to be you can make those leaps forward, but when you've been sim racing for a while, like you said, developed those bad habits, you're going to have to inch forward. But if you can improve in other aspects, like we're talking about, then you could still get the benefits of improving without having to focus on the lap times and get defeated and all that. Like you said, it's a morale thing.
yeah, and
Like even though I may not have gotten a whole lot faster this last month or two, I've gotten better overall. Maybe in a 5 lap run, of any given 5 lap run, I'm not any faster, but over 100 lap run, I am.
yeah,
Just from better consistency, better pit in, pit out, etc.
and I've said it multiple times here, and I've said it over and over again. Being dynamic is the most important thing because when iRacing
Yep.
does eventually change the car, because every build something changes. Be it the car, be it the package on the car, be it the tire model, be it the way the tracks drive. Just nothing is ever the same long enough
Yeah.
for you to become like an expert in one
Automatic.
thing.
Yeah.
It can't. It's never going to be automatic. You just have to be open to accepting the fact that you're not the fastest, but you can be the fastest if you think about what you're doing a little bit more and you focus a little bit more on what you're doing, because those
Yeah.
little things that might not seem like much are a huge difference. I mean, there was who was it? I watched someone run. I think it was McGonigal. McGonigal is a perfect example too. He insisted at Atlanta he was going to run the outside. He was going to run the middle. He did it at Charlotte too. He was running the middle, running the middle, running the middle. He didn't. It didn't do him any benefits. He lost at he was on strategy for Charlotte obviously, but he wasn't there necessarily on pace because he was wearing his tires out. He was doing it at Atlanta too. It was the same situation. It's just it's like you have to be like you have to focus on what you're doing and be like, listen, and what I am doing, is that the smartest thing? Because I see the 20 other people are doing the bottom. Maybe there's something about it. and just being open to those things are the best. So it's the most important, especially when iRacing changes the meta, because tire model change really fucked me. But anyway, all right. Well, I'm gonna hop off here too. So let me turn this off. Did you mute your mic?
Radio check.
Spotter radio check.
Okay, close that.
Microphone muted.
All right, I'm ending the stream there. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it, and yeah, I will catch you later. Thursday, Oska's back, so stay tuned for double stream there. Goodbye.
User disconnected from your channel.